Former MP Prajwal Revanna, who is serving a life sentence in a rape case, has been found with a mobile phone inside Bengaluru's Parappana Agrahara Central Prison, raising fresh questions over security and alleged VIP treatment inside the high-security facility. Now, the phone was recovered during a surprise inspection by the Central Crime Branch, along with a charger, a pen drive and an electronic notebook from the barrack where Revanna was lodged with under-trial prisoner Prathap Rai. Now, according to the details of the inspection, the seized Redmi 5G smartphone had password-protected applications including WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Netflix and Prime Video. Rai claimed that the phone, charger and the pen drive belonged to him, while Revanna claimed that the electronic notebook had admitted to regularly borrow the phone to contact relatives and his legal counsel. The discovery has now triggered legal and departmental action. An FIR has been registered against Revanna and Rai under the Karnataka Prisons Law and Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, while an Assistant Superintendent of Prisons has been suspended for dereliction of duty. A show cause notice has also been issued to the Prison Superintendent, and DGP Prisons Alok Kumar has ordered a detailed inquiry into how prohibited electronic devices enter high security facility. Karnataka Home Minister has called the discovery a serious concern and said strict action should follow. The controversy is particularly significant because Parappana Agrahara has faced repeated allegations of security lapses and preferential treatment to influential inmates. The prison was at the center of the Sasikala controversy in 2017 when allegations emerged of special privileges being provided to her, and again in 2024 after jailed actor Darshan was photographed inside the facility in circumstances that triggered a major security and VIP treatment controversy. The latest incident therefore raises a larger question about prison security as well as accountability. Now, for more on this, I'm joined in by Sanjay Sahai, former ADGP Karnataka, who's in fact joining us. Sanjay Sahai, Parappana Agrahara has always had a controversy. Now, we have another inquiry that has been ordered in saying that how is it that these electronic items have made into the prison and even reached these influential inmates. Why is Parappana Agrahara always in such controversies? It's not the first time it's happened. There were VIP or treatments given to other influential inmates as well. Parappana Agrahara alone having this problem. Why?
Parappana Agrahara rose into prominence with the 2017 Sasikala scandal, so to say. And since then, it has remained in the limelight for all the wrong reasons. So there are minimum 5-6 cases which has happened in last around 7 years or 8 years, so to say. Now literally everything is reeking out there. It reeks of corruption, it reeks of irregularity, it reeks of lack of technical control, it reeks of unaccountability. How it is running, it is very difficult to make out because every single time, and if 6 cases happen, to best of my understanding, there would be 60 cases which would have not come to the public view. Now, what is very, very challenging is that the CCTV apparatus which has been there is not delivering. That is what I understand. If the CCTV apparatus, which has video analytics at the core of it, if that is not delivering, the jammers are not delivering. On the other way around, people used to complain when this last issue came up, I think in 2024, that outside of Parappana Agrahara, there used to be the jammers used to jam all the signals till around 500 meters, but inside the jail, so it never jammed the signals. This most important facet of this whole thing is zero accountability, zero accountability. Now, last time the superintendent and the assistant or the deputy superintendent, they were suspended. And with a huge hue and cry, and might be as a carrot which was thrown to the public of Karnataka, they said we'll make an IPS officer who will head Karnataka, who will head Bangalore Central Prison. Now, an IPS officer is not an expert in prison administration, and this is the point I raised at that particular point in time, and lo and behold, after 1.5 to 2 years, I think we are back to the same situation. What is very, very fascinating is that we had another case in between, which was with one ISIS handler, and we had Umesh Reddy and some other person, one of these accused. So they were having some party, and there was a bootlegger who had basically opened a distillery of sorts.
I remember that case also, yes. He had opened a distillery inside the prison.
Inside the prison, he opened a distillery. He used to get the raw material out there. And because of his knack of to distill liquor, he found a local material and in a very innovative manner, he was preparing for the 31st December party. And somewhere he was caught. But this was not in a lighter vein. So suffice to say that the whole thing is reeking, and every home minister comes up with the same brand new idea of another reform, another committee. Mr. Vinay Kumar was not a junior guy, he's a very senior guy, very experienced IAS officer who has done human service in Karnataka. And he's literally brought out whatever issues were there, both on the side of the irregularity and on the side of connivance. I would like to know a couple of things. One is whether the CCTV is functional or not, who has done the last technical audit of CCTV, and for what purpose CCTV was put in Parappana Agrahara to deliver. So what was the deliverables, whether it is being delivered or not? Point number one. Point number two, what about the jammers? Where are the jammers placed? What is the frequency? What is the area it covers? And in which manner do you track and you audit the jammers? That it is working hunky-dory, morning till evening, 24/7, 365 days a week. You can also add artificial intelligence to the cameras which they have. We also had a whole set of cameras in the city which were AI enabled, and it finally led to the RCB stampede. So the technology is not something which you bring and you plant just because you have couple of crores or 100 crores. Technology is something which has to be created, executed, brought into operation and maintenance, the delivery, the impact, and somebody has to be made accountable for that particular technology. Now you come to the human part of it. The human part of it, I think, is the most nefarious. To date, I think some 25, 30 officers have been caught into this in just in a span of around, say, 6, 7 years, which presumably reeks of a very high level of corruption, irregularity, connivance, and the worst part is smuggling of literally anything and everything.
So
If
is it
this
because
regime-
you have these highly influential political leaders, highly influential criminals who
No,
are
no,
being
no.
lodged in
It is
Parappana
not
Agrahara
because
that
of that.
it becomes the place where where you
No,
can
no,
actually
no.
curry favor from?
No, it
No.
is not because of that. It's primarily because of the lack of capability of powers that we to supervise, monitor, and control, to reward and punish, and ride roughshod in a very positive manner over the correctional administration of Karnataka.
Right,
Which
right,
whatever people might say, it is in shambles. There is absolutely no denying the fact.
right.
It is happening every single day. It happened when Darshan was there. You would have seen that picture. And there was some rowdy, and these people, they were drinking and they're smoking. Literally everything was happening. So
Right.
if we take only last 3 years, I don't think there is any ray of hope in which things have been happening, the things which are coming out, the way it is being handled, and the way powers that be are responding, and they keep talking about that they
Right.
will not tolerate
Right.
anything.
Right.
If this is what they don't tolerate, then what will happen if they tolerate?
All right, we get that point. In fact, Sanjay Sahai, former ADGP from Karnataka, thank you for in fact joining us and
Thank you.
giving us a perspective of what happened with regards to this.